Okay, today I have The Road from Cormac McCarthy. I hope I said that right. Probably didn't. I'm not good at pronouncing things, but we have a very interesting work today. And I want to set the frame because there's not really much that happens in the story. It's a very simple tale of a father and son in a post-apocalyptic world. Sorry, my head's been all over the place today, but basically it's not really ever revealed what happened. It's not really revealed if there were survivors or if there was any sort of organization or whatever. It's really just about a man and his son on the road. And they're trying to get south. That's their whole mission. It's not really specified at any point what is south, but I think they're just trying to get away from the cold. It seems like it's winter. It seems like it's cold. And, you know, not bad thinking, but overall the plot develops around their need to survive and their need to get food, their need to get shelter, their need to in some way get off the road, in some way risk being seen by others. And there's some really interesting themes that are interplayed through the whole time. Like the father is forced to be extremely brutal, the son is extremely innocent, and there are several points in the story where the father and son are kind of conflicting on what it is that they should do, what is right, what is the best decision. And it's really a push-pull. It's a struggle for the son to survive. It's a struggle for the son to keep his humanity as he is forced to grow up in this horrible world. And I'll leave the spoiler to the end. I'll talk about the ending at the end of this video, so fair warning, towards the end I'm going to talk about it. I will warn you before I do it. But overall, what I found interesting about this book is that Cormac McCarthy is able to paint such a clear picture without the need for extreme exposition. Like, there's not really that much explanation of the setting. There's not really that much explanation of the world. It's kind of trickled in through the lens of the reader. Through every page you read, you learn more and more and more and more. And you kind of feel like you're in this setting. You kind of feel confused like the people are confused. You kind of feel like you don't know what's going to happen next because there's chaos, there's randomness, there's deserted buildings, there might be people in it. There's horrific things that are just seen on a daily basis, and it all goes to paint this air of this brutal world that has nothing to offer except heartbreak, yet these people keep persisting. And I find it extremely fascinating. There was a part in the book that I found really, really dark, but really, really intriguing because, before the takings of the book, before the events of the book, there is a scene where the father talks about, what we should do. Should we keep going? Should we keep living? And him and his wife are debating. They're like, well, bad stuff are going to happen if we ever get caught. We should just end it. We should just get rid of, our own problems. We should just, what is it called, slip and slide. That's what people are saying nowadays. And basically, the wife goes through with it, and the father and his son keep pushing, and they keep going, and they keep trying to fight. They keep trying to live. And the only point for living is living. And that's really what you get from this book. It's all you can do is remain. All you can do is persist. All you can do is keep trying, keep going. And, in the end of the story, in the end of the novel, there is an incident where the man gets injured, and he basically gives the kid parting advice. This is the ending. And the kid doesn't want to abandon him. The kid doesn't want to leave. And he's forced to be pushed out into this world on his own. And Cormac McCarthy purposely leaves the ending ambiguous. I hopefully think that it's a good ending, but it could be a very vicious ending. The ending goes as follows. Basically, the boy's father dies. And as the father dies, he's like, make sure you keep a hold of that pistol, don't trust anybody. But the boy has a very trusting nature, and he wants to see the good in everybody. He wants there to be such thing as good guys and bad guys. But in a world where survival is the only thing that matters, there's not really people that will be righteous. There's people that want to survive, and it's me versus you. There's no such thing as bad versus good. It's if I survive, I survive. If you survive, you survive. It's that dog eat dog world that is being portrayed, and there's this idealistic boy that is trying to find good in everybody. And he's approached by a new family, and the family is basically saying that, like, we're not going to harm you. We're going to take you in. We're going to take care of you. And it's left very ambiguous that time goes on forever. This is really the ending stanza, that time goes on forever and we're all part of a bigger cycle, like Emerson's idea of circles. And, to me, I thought this was a perfect way to end it, because if you have the story leave off in a way that is very linear, that is very simplistic, I think it denies the greatest aspect of this novel, which is the uncertainty, which is what happens next, which is what is the ultimate goal of life, what is the ultimate purpose. Like, when we're broken down to nothing, when there's no such thing as society, when there's no such thing as friendship or jobs or any sort of security, the only thing that matters is survival. That's the only thing that we can shoot for. And it's extremely interesting to see how precarious it can be and how we don't know what's going to happen. But again, another great work that I've read by Cormac McCarthy. I really urge you to read this. I really urge you to read Blood Meridian. I just found out that he wrote No Country for Old Men, so I'm going to pick that up very soon because I love his style. I think he's a tremendous author, and I think he really has a lot to say in all of his works. He really blends a lot of philosophical and, metaphorical symbols into his works, and he kind of blurs the line of actual characters and characters that are meant to develop and think in a certain manner. Like if you've read Blood Meridian, the judge is really a reflection of Victor's history. He's really a reflection of justice, but in the eyes of somebody that has the force to take their own justice. And, again, another great work. It's a little slow in the beginning. You're gonna have to get used to style. You're gonna have to get used to the story. It's not something that's action packed. There is a little bit of action. There is some interesting scenes that take place, but it's more so the action happens for the sake of the character development. It's not really that the action drives anything. So maybe that's something to keep in mind if you don't like that kind of style. But I always appreciate different ways to handle conflict. I always appreciate different ways to handle violence. Some books, that's the center of it, but you read stuff like The Lord of the Rings and it's more so about the world building than it is the conflict. But yeah, with that said, really, really good work. The Road is a tremendous work, and I can't wait to read more Cormac McCarthy. If you think I should read anything else by him, or if you have a suggestion by him that I haven't read yet, please let me know, because he's a great author. Definitely going to be one of my favorites. The more I read him, the more I feel at home when I am spending time with his works. With that said, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one.